Alright, this is probably going to end up even more rambling than I usually do, but I'll see what I can do to make it more to the point, especially in the beginning of the video. Anyway, I just felt I had to make a video response, specifically, on the topic of gay marriage, since, yeah, because I feel strongly about it, and it's a fun topic to talk about as far as discussion and argument goes, I think, because it's controversial and it's a moral argument, and yeah, so kind of been interested in arguing the point, really, ever since I took a college argumentative essays course, and we got to write an essay on gay marriage. Specifically, we got to write to support or to argue against a particular article from a some major Christian magazine put out by the Roman Catholic Church, I guess, or something. I can't remember what it's called, but apparently it's reasonably official or something. Anyway, they had this really ridiculous, stupid-ass argument, okay? And this was a ways into the class, and I was starting to, feel kind of superior with my awesome arguing skills, and I did pretty well in that class. I got a B. I almost got an A. I needed to get an A on my final. We do have to do a timed essay in an hour, or 30 minutes, or 40 minutes, or something. I can't remember what the time limit was. But if I got an A, I was going to get an A in the class, and I got a B, so I got a B in the class. Alright, that's totally off topic. Anyway, point is, I was feeling very superior about my arguing skills, and we got to read their essay and discuss it and analyze it, poke holes in it. I felt kind of like I totally pwned in that class discussion, but it was a terrible article. All right, they cited they said they came up with statistics which they did not cite. So we're like, they have these statistics. Are they real? Are they fake? Did they just make this shit up? Which I'm inclined to believe. And so the statistics had to do with inner city families who have single parents, and the fact that they use these statistics to link inner city families with single parents to their kids would be more likely to be delinquent, become criminals, etc., right? And of course, this article wasn't even about that, so they of course didn't go into the fact that usually part of the reason that their kids become criminals is not just because they only have one parent, but because of the reason they only have one parent, And so that was one thing that was a problem with their argument. Then they also somehow tried to link having only one parent to being the adopted child of a gay couple. Of course, they could also have had artificial insemination or whatever if it was a lesbian couple. So you wouldn't necessarily be an adopted child, but so if you're a child with gay parents, you're like, well, if you're a child with gay parents, you're gonna grow up to be a gay criminal, and totally, I don't know, it will ruin your life. Basically, was their argument, and the statistics they quoted to support this argument had absolutely nothing to do with it. And I've actually gotten completely off topic, if you're still watching this video at 3 minutes in, because I could have been done by now, but this is going to be 9 minutes long. You know that if you've seen any of my other videos. It just happens that way. Anyway, to skip over the gory, boring details that were very interesting to me at the time, basically I wrote a essay which I'm very impressed myself with, and apparently my teacher, because I got an A on it, about how absolutely ridiculous their argument was. And my punchline was quoting Martin Luther King Jr., and I think the quote really sums up my opinion on the whole gay marriage argument. And what he said was, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And I think that really applies, because the whole disallowing gays from being married thing is basically just disallowing rights which are allowed to a certain minority, which are allowed to everyone else, right? So you're taking this minority, people who are gay, lesbian, etc., what's the acronym, like LGBT or whatever it is, and saying they can't get married, but everybody else, you're cool, okay? Just these people, we just don't think they deserve to have the same rights as everyone else. And yeah, especially in a country like America, the founding basis of our country is kind of against that. And I wouldn't necessarily compare it to slavery, but until very recently, I believe this changed somewhere between the 50s and 70s. I can't remember the exact year. But until that point, it was illegal for interracial couples to marry. Okay, so black guy could not marry a white lady. Wasn't happening. Not, and of course, for a long time after that, it was still very taboo to do so. But it was downright illegal until that point in time. And I really don't see a big difference. At all. Any difference. None. No. So, except that maybe, I think that when that changed, there was actually probably even less support for that law change than there is for the change to gay marriage, except for the fact that, of course, the more hardcore religious types are not fans of gay marriage and can go on about how they shouldn't be allowed to marry, blah, 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 blah. And the point is that I believe it is immoral to disallow a certain minority from having rights that the rest of us have. I mean, I'm completely straight, so if I wanted to, I could get married. I don't want to, actually. I'm not really a big fan of marriage. I wanted to mention this in my video. I can't remember why, but I feel it's kind of related. Someone else mentioned how they're like, well, why would gay people want to get married anyway? It's not that great. And I think he said he was pro-gay marriage, too. His videos in response here somewhere. And, yeah, I don't see the benefits of getting married that much, other than legal benefits. Of course, if you get married and then your relationship isn't working out so well, it's kind of even more of a pain in the ass to break up, isn't it? But I guess my opinion on marriage is, if I was in a relationship with someone that was serious enough and they wanted to get married, I'd be cool with it. But otherwise, no, not really. I mean, it's just... don't see the benefit myself. So, I don't know if there's anything else I want to or need to cover. If so, this would be like my shortest video on YouTube in forever. But, I'm going to think about it for the next 3 minutes. So you could probably just, turn it off here. But I'm going to try and add something interesting to it. Oh, right. There is one more thing. Of course, there's always one more thing. I think, like Phil said, we're just waiting for the old and ignorant people to die, basically. And like I said in a text comment I posted, if you think about it, the problem is not that the majority of people are old and ignorant. I believe I myself believe those are a minority of people nowadays. However, the thing is that minority happens to be running our government at various levels. Kinda makes you wonder. Anyway, goodbye, YouTube.